Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're cracking open a technical product page. We're looking at the Kramer GALIL-6-AW-BLACK outdoor speakers.
Yeah, these 6.5-inch two-way speakers, you see the price, maybe $312, the warranty.
Right, from HDTV Supply, Inc., a 1-year warranty. But we want to go deeper.
Exactly. Our mission here is to sort of decode the specs, figure out what makes these things tick, why they're durable, and maybe surprisingly versatile.
Beyond just being, a pair of all-weather speakers in black or white.
Right. That's the promise, but there's more under the hood.
Okay, so let's jump right into that all-weather claim. They're listed as IP66 certified. What does that actually mean if you're thinking about putting sound outside?
Well, IP66, that's a pretty serious rating for outdoor gear. The first 6 fit means it's totally dust tight, like no dust gets in, period.
Okay, sealed.
And the second 6 fit, that's about water. It means it can handle powerful water jets, heavy seas, heavy rain.
Okay.
Think way beyond just being splash-proof.
So a heavy downpour or even maybe cleaning with a hose isn't going to be a problem.
Exactly. It's built to withstand that kind of exposure. You see it in the materials, too.
Yeah, I noticed that. An aluminum grill, steel brackets.
And an ABS cabinet. These are tough materials meant to last. Plus, there's an operating temp range, 0 to 40 degrees Celsius.
So it'll work reliably in, say, cool mornings or fairly warm afternoons.
Yeah.
It's built for the elements.
For sure. The build quality speaks to longevity, but the electrical side is where the versatility really comes in.
Right. Let's pivot to that, the installation side. They're two-way on-wall speakers. Okay. But you mentioned versatility. What's going on inside?
This is where it gets interesting, especially for installers. It has a multi-tap power transformer inside,
Okay.
which means you have a choice. You can run it at standard 8 ohms, the low Z setting, which bypasses that transformer. That's like, your typical home stereo setup.
Pretty standard.
Right.
But what's the alternative?
Or you can use the high voltage settings,
Mm.
70 volts or 100 volts, using the transformer taps.
Okay. 70-volt, 100-volt systems. Why would you choose that over the standard 8-ohm setup? What's the advantage there?
That's the key for larger installations. Think distributed audio like in a mall, a big restaurant patio, or a campus.
Okay.
With 8-ohm systems, if you run speaker wire over really long distances, you get significant power loss unless you use incredibly thick, expensive cable. It's just not practical.
Right. Voltage drop.
Exactly. So 70-volt or 100-volt systems step up the voltage, which lowers the current for the same power. This lets you run much thinner, less expensive wire over hundreds of feet to power many speakers from one amplifier.
So it's about efficient power distribution for, like, an array of speakers.
Precisely. It makes large-scale commercial audio feasible and manageable. That's why you see those specific power taps. 30 watts, 15, 7.5, even down to 3.7 watts on the 7dV line. You can precisely set the power level for each speaker in the chain.
And the speaker itself can handle, 40 watts RMS?
Yep, 40 watts RMS, that's the continuous power handling, and 110 watts for continuous program material. So it's got decent power handling for its size.
Okay, let's quickly cover the parts making the sound, the drivers.
Sure. You've got a 6.5-inch woofer. It's a polypropylene cone, pretty standard durable material for moisture resistance.
And the tweeter.
That's a 1-inch silk dome tweeter for the high frequencies.
So based on the specs, what kind of sound profile should you expect?
Well, the frequency response is listed as 80 hertz to 20 kilohertz plus or minus 3 dB. That's a respectable range, covering most music and speech quite well. Maybe a little light on the very deep bass, but that's expected for this size.
And sensitivity.
It's 87 dB SPL. That tells you how loud it gets with 1 watt of power at 1 meter. 87 dB is moderately efficient. It might need a bit more amplifier power to get really loud compared to some other speakers, but it's reasonable.
And the box includes the speakers and the U-brackets for mounting, right?
Yeah, comes as a pair with the mounting hardware. Ready to go.
So wrapping this up, we looked at a product page, but found some key differentiators. These Kramer speakers are, 1, built tough for weather with that IP66 rating. And 2, they have this professional-grade 7100-volt capability, which makes them really flexible for much bigger jobs than just, say, a backyard patio.
Absolutely. It bridges the gap between a simple outdoor speaker and a component for serious distributed audio systems.
So a final thought for you, our listener, to chew on.
Yeah, think about this. Those really low power taps, like that 3.7 watt setting at 70 volts, it shows an incredible level of intended precision for balancing sound levels across potentially dozens of speakers. So the question is, how critical is that fine tuning in a real world installation, and how effectively can installers actually manage that level of detail across a vast system? Something to ponder next time you hear background music perfectly balanced across a large